Metropolis Talks. So we have heard what you have said, and we are bringing you an exciting project that we're going to be talking about today in my studio. Today I have Sabina Hassan from Remax Metropolis, and she has some exciting news that we're going to be discussing this. Keep watching our podcast and we'll go from there. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
So I heard that you are bringing a very exciting project for our viewers, which is first time in Canadian real estate history, which is a big development, big opportunity for us. So let's talk about who you are, what your company is first, and then we will start from there.
Sure. So I'm Sabina Hassan. I'm the VP of PreConstruction at Remax Metropolis. We're one of the fastest growing Remax offices in the Metro West.
Okay.
We're very proud of that. We're at location 3 now, just over 300 agents, a good roster of agents that we have. And a lot of the ethos from Metropolis is based on feedback or requests that we get from our agent roster.
Wonderful.
And the request has been that the markets here in Toronto or in Canada at large is extremely challenging.
Okay.
And so we look to either neighboring parties or we look at opportunities across the pond wherever possible.
Yeah.
And today Metropolis Talks will be covering properties or investments or opportunities that are available within Dubai.
Dubai. Did I hear it correctly?
You did.
Okay, perfect. That's really a big thing because a lot of people have been talking about this emerging real estate development in that region, and we really don't know how we get ourselves into that kind of opportunity for investing also. So my question would be, do you have a project for people in Ontario or especially in Greater Toronto area to invest in Dubai? Is that correct?
100%, yes.
You have a project now. So we will get into this details of this project because there are so many details that you have to make note of it. But I want to know that sitting here, people sitting here in Durham region, in York region, in Peel region, or in Ontario anywhere, they are skeptical of putting their money into real estate, even in Canada, in Ontario itself, let alone going across the ocean and put money in investment. So how dependent is Dubai's property sector that we should be looking into this new avenue?
That's a really good question because I feel the same. My role in the brokerage is as far as not being transactional. My role really covers making sure that our agent roster gets what they need in terms of opportunities or in terms of information that they require. We're very data driven, and so whenever we go towards a property or towards a project or a specific geographic location, we always measure 100 times before we go in for the cut. And I think that runs in the bloodline of everything that Metropolis as an organization does. So we make sure that any project or any location or any real estate related opportunity is actually viable. It makes financial sense.
So you do your homework and everything?
Yes.
100%, right?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes.
And you do have teams in both the regions?
Yes. So we have an affiliation with licensed brokers that are out in Dubai. We are not licensed to trade there.
Yeah.
So we create affiliations between us and them so that they're
from the legal standpoint of view, you are entitled to do business in Dubai as your affiliates are, and the team is sitting there.
Correct.
Okay, beautiful. So this is kind of like a relief that we are not just selling a third-party product to our audience, but this is our own. We own it.
Correct.
Okay.
So ownership is in and as far as the projects are concerned. So real estate, Anispa, has always been about partnerships and where you align yourself, who you work with, and how you look to grow. So we have partnered with a very small handful of builders. We have handpicked those developers based on their credibility, based on their pro forma, and we are looking to project and promote their projects within the Ontario, or at least within our reach, because we feel they're viable options. We know that we would bank on them, and I know that I could safely say I would be able to invest my own money in these projects.
This is very nice. Now, when we speak about this, we are investing in Dubai, so we are a foreign investor in Dubai.
Yes,
right?
correct.
So what do you think the current trends globally, if you look at it, how are we driving this market from the foreign investment perspective?
So there are key factors that affect our decision making. You know, you have your economic factors, you know, you have your high demand, and then you have a luxury market. Those factors indicate where you would decide to purchase or where you would decide to put your parcel of money. Based on that, I would say Dubai has been an emerging city, and it has been for 20-25 years. I visited recently actually, and so I can tell the difference in how it was 20 years ago to what it's looking like right now. So based on that trajectory, I feel that not only is it viable, it's actually a very good place to invest your hard-earned dollars from Canada, earning obviously interest free, and I think that's something that is very attractive to buyers.
This brings me to the next question, kind of in my mind, that how do I consider this as dependable as we are comparing to the other global markets?
Yes. So looking at you know, turmoil across the globe, we're looking at Russia, we're looking at Ukraine, the issues they're having there. We're looking at the Middle East, the issues they're having there, and then not too far away, our neighboring country in the US. There's tons of things that are going on there, especially with the tariff talks, etc. So there's a lot of turmoil, I guess, globally. But having said that, I still feel people are still not reluctant to invest. They're still willing to, because everybody wants to invest. Everybody wants to have a profitable business. And I think real estate from the beginning of time has always been that tangible, solid investment that you could go forward with. As far as Dubai is concerned, being tax-free, I think it becomes a viable option for people because they understand the credibility and the value of it. Rather than me purchasing something in Hong Kong or purchasing something in India or Pakistan or in the States, purchasing something in Dubai, all of a sudden that price has dropped because of tax-free earnings, and that goes on both sides, for capital gains and for purchasing, and that goes quite a long way.
So for our viewers, we are just giving you some basics, but the goal is that we're going to tell you more about this exciting new project. So you have to stay tuned and keep watching us. We will be definitely diving into those details for you, and I know you are all excited about it. But first we need to cover our bases, so that way if you have any question, you know, your FQAs, frequently asked questions, we like to answer them before getting into the details of the project. And as a investor myself, I do have a lot of questions, you know, like a lot of question marks, and one of them is that Dubai, everybody, foreign buyers are pouring in there, and now we are going to dive into that market also. What are the risks associated with this kind of investment from the Canadian point of view? That why should we be? Is there anything to worry about?
I mean, Dubai is experiencing a significantly high number in high rises. We're looking at approximately 210,000 units across the next couple of years, which is huge in comparison to, for example, if you look at here in the local market within Toronto, you know, last year we were able to build 46,000 units. It's a huge difference. So I guess when you're looking at in terms of the deliverables, Dubai has the highest number of cranes in a very small pocket of one of the Emirates in terms of the UAE, and despite that they are then going forward and looking at their neighboring cities, for example Qatar or Abu Dhabi or Sharjah, and they're replicating that. So over the past 25 years you've seen a significant growth. Now they're trying to push that growth out to the remaining Emirates. While this growth reflects a strong investor demand, I think it also reflects the stability across Dubai and across your purchases.
Speaking of stability and dependability, I just know one thing, viewers, that Dubai relies heavily on oil sector and tourism, and those two things are not going to go anywhere. Is that correct? Right?
100%. Yes.
So that means if you invest in Dubai, there is a potential of not only getting benefit out of it, but also your investment is secured due to these two major factors, because this world is running around the oil and Dubai is huge on that. this world is running on the tourism market, and we all know that everybody is heading towards that area.
Yeah, I mean, it's tourism friendly. It's recession proof. It has proven that in the past 2 major recessions we've had, 2008, 2017, it has remained stable. The growth has been significant as well. I won't go into numbers, but yes, if we have a one-on-one, Metropolis Talks is really about getting that information out there, and it's our role and the.
So
the
you don't foresee any decline or drop in tourism or in the oil revenues?
No, I don't.
So that means the property values are going up as long as there's oil and there's tourism going on.
Well, then you refer back to Tesla and you refer back to the electric cars and robots and how AI is taking over and how we evolve. But your basic things will always remain. I mean, oil is a resource that it's always going to be used. It's a resource that we always constantly will need. Tourism, travel, like I said, it's travel proof. A lot of people, expats, and a lot of people do go out there to live, to immigrate, to settle down for a little while. I've known many people to go out there for 5, 6, up to 10 years and spend that portion of their life there tax-free, and then go back to their primary homes, be it in Pakistan, England, America, Canada, wherever. For those reasons, you have some of the most established economies and established organizations there. You've got IBM, you've got Google, you've got Amazon. Their headquarters are there too. So job-wise, it's also viable.
I'll be asking a question that I have for you today, but do you want to give them a glimpse or a highlight of this exciting new project? Not going into details because I want their curiosity at the highest level.
So in terms of projects, there are a dime a dozen. There are hundreds of projects, and like I said, 210,000 between now and 2026 is a huge number. So what we have done as far as Metropolis and our organization is concerned is handpick particular projects that we feel A, are profitable, B, they give you the highest in terms of your investments for your opportunities, your ROIs, and those that we feel we would want to invest in ourselves. What I would suggest and recommend is you still do your due diligence and be thorough with any of the projects. Build a pro forma, and if you don't have time to do all of that, allow our agent to be able to do that for you, because we have handpicked particular projects. This project that we will be talking about soon, the project is called ESME. It's a luxury high-rise or mid-rise, I would say. And most of Dubai properties, you'll find any of their units, they always come with an additional room, and they call that additional room a maid room. And that is inbuilt because that's part of their culture. So you'd have a 2-bedroom or a 1-bedroom, but you'd always consider it as a 1+10 or a 1+1 because they always do have those services.
We will show you those details, definitely. I know you are very excited about it. And as a Canadian investors, myself or my audience, I just want to bring this, point that we are not the first one and we are not the last one when it comes to the foreign investor. In Dubai, there's a huge percentage of Indians, Chinese, Britishers, Saudis, and Russians already in the market.
Very
and that gives me the confidence. You know what? Why should I remain in the tail end of the line? Why should I not take advantage now before the other countries jump into it? And Remax Metropolis and Sabina's team and their team in Dubai are already working on this for you. The important thing is there may be some standalone people who might be selling some 1 or 2 condos here and there, but selling a project and giving you the opportunity to invest in it with the confidence is Remax Metropolis. So do you think we are still well within the line of these investment opportunity comparing to the other countries?
Yeah, so you talk about global and you talk about currency and how that transaction works. So Dubai's dirham is pegged onto the US dollar. So any dollar effects globally will be directly impacted in the investor dollar or dirham for Dubai. So based on that, it's interesting because when you look at foreign investment and global trends, how that shapes Dubai's real estate sector is huge. And I think Dubai's market relies heavily on foreign investors, and that's where we play a key role in that surge of the rises, and anybody that comes into that segment then adds more fuel to that dirham in its growth.
Yeah, I hope you're not bored because it's becoming a long podcast, but this is very vital, key information that you need to know before putting your dollars into this market. I would not hesitate to do so because I already know all the details, all these pages I've gone through. We would be showcasing that project in our next podcast. How much you need to invest, how do you invest, what are the benefits, do you get a stay visa or residence visa? So these are all the questions that we're going to be answering. In the end, Sabina, I just want you to mention a little bit about the project also, so that way we can continue in our next podcast.
Sure. So just to finally add, Dubai has actually rebounded, and like I said, with financial crisis and with the other recession times, Dubai has always been very resilient in that, regardless of whatever else is going on globally. And I think in comparison to its counterparts in terms of cities, it's done very well in that rebound.
So one last question, golden question for Sabina. A lot of people are asking us, what is golden visa? And do we get golden visa?
You can obtain a golden visa. There are rules and restrictions, as there are with any visas. But yes, through real estate, it's a high possibility and a chance of you to be able to retrieve that. And we will be able to give you guidance on how you're able to achieve that using the real estate vehicle.
Yeah. So there is a threshold and there are some numbers that we have to work around in order to secure that. But your investment and legally you can purchase the apartment and condos and how many bedrooms you want. You can put 5% down. We can help you in securing the mortgage and the loan from the local investment banks, and we can go from there. So thank you for watching this episode, and I really appreciate. Thank you for giving your time. This is not the end of it. This is just the beginning, and we are going to show you each and everything that will help you make your decision. The only thing you have to do is contact Remax Metropolis, and Sabina is going to give all the details in terms of number, website and everything. Do give us a call, inquire about it, and we will definitely help you. You can see the numbers on the screen also, but would you like to give them something?
Sure. So Sabina Hassan, Remax Metropolis. Our direct line is 647-834-3786. Our website, which you can visit, is www.remaxmetropolis.ca. And you can follow us on Instagram and all the social feeds, and we'll see you at the next episode.
Signing off from Metropolis Talks, Anis Faruqi. See you next time.